Hi everyone, it's Mandy. It has been a long time since I've done a video, and I didn't mean to take this long, but I don't know, I just didn't feel like there was anything really to report because everything's been going good as it has basically this whole time. Today, I wanted to look at my hair from the back, and I also, fixed it up similar to how I did it the very first video that I've done. Except the clip is a little different. Okay, and the reason why I'm doing this is because right now I'm at that crucial stage where I started pulling my hair. Okay, and so I'm wanting to take a look at how my hair looks right now, and then go back and look at the old video, and so that I can see how far I've come, basically, because I've come full circle. Of course, if you've watched my other videos, you know that my hair was about like this, but I had patches of hair pulling and stuff like that were basically bald, and it was getting too hard to have the hair cover it and everything, and so I decided to make the decision to shave my head bald. I've now since grown it back out, yay, and here I am at this same point, only this time I don't have the bald patches. I haven't been pulling. I've been doing really well. Now, that's not to say my hair has not been driving me completely crazy, because it really has. And those that pull their hair know that the reason why it does is because, you might have gotten to a point where something just seems out of place on your hair. In your hair, rather. And to me, it has always been this neck area here. Well, today I looked in the mirror because I'm like, since this has been bugging me so bad, and I feel like it looks bad the way that it's been growing in and stuff, some people might think that I'm going to have a mullet or something like that. So I'm like, I'm going to actually look at the back of it. And I looked at the back of my hair today, and it actually looks fantastic. I mean, I don't understand why it is that this was getting on my nerves, and I guess it's just because these hairs right here on the end that are like baby fine. And the reason why they're baby fine is because they haven't grown in forever, and so now they are, and so they're really thin. But that's okay. Thin's okay, as long as it's there at this point. I mean, that's the thing that I don't know about y'all, but that's your biggest fear, is that you have pulled your hair so many times that it's not going to grow in. That's not going to grow back. That seems to be our biggest fear. Besides is somebody going to see it? Is somebody going to see my bald spot? But to me, I've always, I've heard the horror stories. I read online the life cycle of hair, and how sometimes you can pull it and it'll stay dormant for a long, long time. Well, I've done different things along the way. The Bosley hair products, prenatal vitamins, and I feel like that combination kept the dormant phase from being major. It kept it from being as bad. It kept it from staying as long in that dormant phase. So it grew back faster in a way, when in actuality it really didn't grow back faster, but the dormant phase, it got out of that dormant phase faster, so it made it seem like it grew back faster, but it really hasn't. Okay, so here's my hair. Now, the points that I wanted to make is, I had my hair like this the first video. I believe it was the first video. And I had what I called the part in my bangs. Okay? Now I'm gonna get close to the camera because I want y'all to see this, okay? If you could tell, I had my hair the same way that I had it that day, except like I said, the clip's a little different. But if y'all remember, I had little bangs coming down, and there was this big, huge honking part. It looked like, I'm sorry, I'm from the South, so yes, I'm going to say big, huge honking. But anyway, it was this big old part that went across here, and so it made little bangs down here, and then the rest of the bangs up. Okay. Now I wanted y'all to see, there's no part there this time. No bald spot there at all. So yay! Okay, that was the first thing I noticed, okay? And then, of course, going to the side here, all this wasn't here. I had a bald patch completely here. I had no sideburns whatsoever. So all of that is back. so yay. And then on the other side as well, I've got my sideburns going. You can even call them sideburns on a girl, but you know, they're back. So no bald spot there. Okay. And now on the back, this is what I want to show you. Okay. Now, I talked to y'all before about, I'm going to talk a little louder so you can hear me since I'm not facing the camera. I talked to y'all before about the rat tail that I had. And if you could tell, finally, the other hairs around it have caught up with the rat tail. Finally. So now this whole section is going to grow as a whole down. And if you notice, it just looks like I had a haircut across there. It looks really pretty. Even with these little flyaways over here to the side that are driving me crazy, it's okay. It still looks good. So, I wanted to show y'all that. Oh yeah, and then the bald patch I had back in here, it's grown in. It's all back. So yay. So I want this to be a video to show y'all that if you are just persistent in the not pulling, if you really focus on not pulling your hair, even though you're wanting to so bad, even when that one little hair you get in your hand 50 gajillion times in one day, but you decide not to pull that, that's a victory. Okay? Even if it's just one hair that you stop pulling, it's a victory. You're winning over this problem with trichotillomania. Okay? Every little victory helps. Now, if you could quit cold turkey, like I seem to have done, but I had to shave my head to get to that point. I have to tell y'all that. I would not have been able to do this on my own with a full head of hair. Okay? And honestly, I feel like the YouTube videos helped me a lot because I feel like I'm accountable to y'all. So if I pull my hair, I'm going to have to tell y'all, you know. Which I did tell y'all about the few hairs that I pulled that last time, okay? Now, since then, I have not pulled. Now, these issues here have been getting on my nerves, and there's been a few times where at the end I will pull off, but I have not pulled from the root, okay? So, and even the ends being pulled off has been very minimal, okay? Probably 5 times this whole time that I've been growing my hair out. So, to me, that is a huge victory because before, this whole part would be bald, this whole part would be bald. I've never been able to get to this point. So I want this to serve as a motivational video to y'all, to the ones that are still pulling their hair, to the ones that have the big, huge bald spot and are worried, sorry my dogs are making noises, and are worried that somebody's going to see that bald spot. Okay? I want this to show you that it can be done. You can get past it, but you have to focus on it every day. And I know that's part of the problem, is trying to focus on it every day. Because then it seems like it consumes you. But you get to a point eventually to where you can focus on other things. Other things become more important than the, I can't pull my hair, I can't pull my hair, I can't pull my hair. At the beginning, it's every day you've got to think about it. And sometimes you got to think about it 20 billion times a day just to get yourself not to. But it's getting the whole hand in your hair connection in your brain that every time that hand comes to that hair, you've got to notice it. That's the first thing. You've got to notice every time your hand comes to your head. Then the second thing is reminding yourself that what your ultimate goal is to have a very pretty head of hair. Like, I'm still not to the point where I want my hair. Right now, it's really pretty, though. I'm really liking it. Even though it's kind of looking a little mullety, but it's because I'm trying to grow it out, y'all. And to me, when I go and get my hair cut, it's so finalized because it's all in one style, so it feels weird to try to grow it out past that. So that's one reason why I haven't gone to the the hair salon to get my hair cut. In case y'all were wondering why I haven't done that. I'm trying to grow it out. I have a picture that is whenever I was dating my husband, that I had really long hair to about right here on my shoulder, and it was layered, and I would curl it, and it would be so pretty. To me, that was the prettiest hair that I've had. However, it wasn't perfect because even then I was pulling my hair out. I would have the long hair, and all underneath in here, it was bald. You know, all in the bangs and stuff, there were certain hairs I'd pull out of those bangs. I would see it in pictures, everybody else wouldn't see it. But I knew it was there. So, anyway, it's my goal to get to that hairstyle, but also to not have any bald spots with that hairstyle. So, I'm going to keep posting until I get to that point. If something happens and I have a setback, which is still a possibility, definitely a possibility, okay, then I will post a video, because I will definitely need y'all's help to help me through it. I'm trying not to think about that, though. I'm hoping that everything's going to work out with this, because everything's been working so far. Now, again, I still have the nails on, can you tell? Now, one scary point, okay, I've got to get them filled in case y'all are like, well, what kind of nails are those? Anyway, they're little butterfly wings. Monarch butterflies. Anyway, I need to go get them filled. I'm actually getting them filled in on Wednesday. Now, I did have a scary situation where I was doing a lot of crafting stuff. My nails got kind of long, and I broke them. Broke a lot of them off. And I was thinking, oh no, now I don't have my safety guard against pulling my hair. And so I was so worried. So to me, that was the ultimate test for me. And guess what? I got through it and didn't pull a hair. I didn't. But I tried to get an appointment with my nail salon as quickly as I could, though, just in case. So, to me, this is my ultimate safeguard against pulling. And looking at your hair. If you get to a point where you're really wanting to pull your hair and it's really getting on your nerves, go look at it in the mirror. Turn to the back. Look at it. It might not be as bad as you're thinking it is. You might actually see something pretty in it, like I did today with how my hair is growing. So, that's all I really got today. But I just wanted to let you all know that everything's still going good. It's not perfect, but it's very close this time. And to me, that's good enough. Good enough for me. So, I'm going to keep posting updates. Probably not as frequently, just because there really hasn't. I mean, how many times can I get on the hair and say I haven't pulled? You know, I mean, to me, I feel like that would be overkill on videos. But I'll certainly try to post, you know, every few weeks or every month or something like that. I don't even know how often I've been posting, but just whenever it's really on my mind that I feel like I've gotten to a point that I have some stuff to say to y'all. Especially to the ones that are still pulling. Now, again, about the YouTube videos, those that pull that haven't done YouTube videos, I really encourage you to do that, because it really does make you more accountable. And yes, it's annoying to have to show your picture in front of the camera, but it keeps you from pulling, because you know you've got to show your hair to everybody that's watching your video. And there's a certain accountability that comes along with that I feel like that's helped me a lot as well. Because I know I'm going to have to answer to y'all at some point. But if something happens and you do fall back, don't be afraid to post that video. And share with us what you've learned from it. Because every time that we pull, we learn something about it. We learn a little bit more about why it was that we pulled. You know, what was it that was really stressing you out? You know, like I said, I learned through this experience what the stresses are, the different types of stress that do make me pull. It's not the stress that I have with work. It's not an immediate stress. Stuff like that, it's so stressful that it doesn't make me pull, because I'm so in the moment of the stress. But agonizing on if, like, I have a big report due the next day or something, which I'm not in school now, but this was a lot of the deal whenever I was in school. I had this big report or this big project that's due the next day, and I'm still nowhere near finished, and I'm stressing out about that. Or I can't even figure out where to start on the report, you know, and so I'm sitting there, I'll be doing other things and agonizing about the report, so then I would go straight to my hair. Learning that and learning the different types of stress, like for instance, my son is about to go on a trip to England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. And that scares the tar out of me. But knowing that it's that kind of stress that will trigger my pulling has helped me to deal with the situation. It's helped me to realize ahead of time that that's going to be a trigger. And he goes, next Friday. So this coming week is really going to be hard on me. But you know what? I know it ahead of time. And because I know it ahead of time, I think I can be able to deal with it. So it's those types of things. You know, so one thing, you try to limit those types of things. Or you try to be proactive about it. Know that, hey, this is going to be a trigger. How am I going to deal with it before it gets here? You know. So you realize that that day you have to have your nails groomed. Wednesday I'm coming in to get my fill in. So they're going to be nice and pretty. So I'll be mainly focused on my nails because they'll be nice and pretty. So then I won't want to pull my hair. I know that I need to get some glitter on them because the glitter feel of them makes it easier on me. Like this time I didn't get glitter, which I'm surprised I didn't pull my hair. But it also, you know, I've gotten kind of used to feeling of my nail kind of like this, you know, just rubbing it across. So that has now become my new obsession, is doing that with my hand, and people are probably like, what in the world is she doing? But that works for me. And that's the thing, you gotta find what works for you. If, you know, using those squish balls, if that works for you, then do that. You know, on those weeks that you know it's something that's really going to stress you out, make sure you have those things accessible to you. Just different little things like that helps. But mainly figuring out what it is exactly that will set off your pulling phases, that's the big deal. So to me, like I said, to me I figured out that there's two different types of stress, and it's not the immediate stress that makes me pull, it's the agonizing on the stressful situation that's to come is what makes me pull. So, and y'all will be different. Everybody's different on what it is that sets it off. So, just starts within yourself. Anytime that you do have a setback, and figure out why was it that started this. What was I thinking about that started all of this mess? You know, and just try to think about it with each hair that you pull. Like at the very beginning of a pulling session, if you notice that you've done it, you know, which I know some of y'all don't know it until you're all into it and you've already pulled a big old chunk out. And I understand that because I used to be that way. That's why I shaved my head, to make it more noticeable to myself each time my hand came up to my head. Because when you're bald, your hand still goes up there, even though there's no hair there, and you just kind of rub around your head. But you still notice that, hey, my hand's up here, and it makes it more obvious because instead of grabbing these big old long hairs, there's nothing there, and that's kind of what brings it to light that, oh, there's nothing there. Why is my hand up here? So that, to me, helped me to get that whole connection with when my hand went up to my head. But through all of it, you've got to be thinking. You've got to be aware of what you're doing, because if you're not aware of it, if you don't make yourself aware of it, then you're just going to keep repeating. Because, like I said, this is my third time I've had to shave my head. So I wanted this to be my last time. So that's why I went through everything and analyzed everything to figure it out. And I think that, you know, I don't think I'm cured, okay? Because the moment I think that, that's when I'll start pulling again. But I think that I'm going in the right direction. And that's good enough for me. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. I meant to end this a while ago, and then I got to talking again. But, so I hope you all are doing well out there. And if you're not, if you've come across this video and you've been pulling, and you just learned what the name of it was, and everything, watch my videos. Hopefully something in there will help you. So, because you can overcome this too. You might not think you can, but you can, because I don't know how many times I've said this is impossible. Okay, unfortunately, it has taken me 16 years to get to that point. Okay, so I feel for y'all. Okay, so I hope that my video makes it to where it's not 16 years before you get to this point. So, anyway, I will talk to you all later. Bye.